What's good? It's Jimmypocketts. I'm off from work. It's a holiday. You already know what that means. I'm hitting the casino. I've noticed there's always a lot of action on holidays. Doesn't matter which one it is. It just brings out the degens. We hop in a 1-3 today with the max, 500. If you guys aren't subscribed, hit that sub button. Really helps the channel grow. Let's get into hand number one. About 1 hour into the session, we pick up the Jimmypocketts on the button. I'm always nervous when I look down and see pocket jacks. There's just no right way to play them. There's one limp and then the low jack makes it 15. It folds around to me and I 3-bet the 45. Now the initial limper jams his short stack all in for 73. A limp jam is never good, especially when the low jack calls too. The dealer says his jam is too small and doesn't reopen the action, which sucks cause, I can't rejam to isolate. I call, of course. The flop comes Queen A7 Rainbow. Low jack checks it to me. I did not want to see an overcard on the flop. He only has about 140, so I put him to the test. I jam him all in, hoping he doesn't have the queen, and he snap calls. The turn and river are a queen pair in the board and a 3. I'm thinking I'm for sure beat since he snap called on the flop, but then he says he missed. I show him my jacks and we take down a decent sized pot. I'm a little shocked he snap called on the flop and he didn't have a queen in his hand. He must have made a light call with ace king or something. We get dealt pocket sixes. I open the 15 under the gun and only a low jack calls. Heads up and boom, we flop amazing, a boat. I have an aggressive image. People have been calling me very light today, as you saw in the previous hand. So that's why when I see bet for 15, I know for sure he'll call, and he does. The turn is another 10, action killer. I check it over to him. I would pretty much do this with my entire range. He doesn't bet though, he unfortunately checks back. The river is the 9 of spades. I decide to lead out for 30, hoping that it looks like I'm trying to steal it and entice a light call, but he folds and we take it down. I'm in the small blind with ace queen of hearts. There's one limp and then the cutoff makes it 15. It folds to me and I 3-bet the 45. When it gets back to the initial raiser, he jams his short stack in for 91. I hate playing against these short stacks. They jam every other hand it seems like. I don't know why they do it. I don't think it's a winning strategy. I call of course though. We go to a run out of 9, 10, 4, 7, 10. I'm thinking ace high might be good here. I announce it and he flips over pocket sevens. We lose this one. A little background info on this guy. He's here to gamble. He's on like his 5th buy-in. He buys in short every time. He's in for like 1,000 and only had 91 left in front of him before this hand. I've stacked him a few times at this point, so I'm not too upset that we lost this flip. We look at queen 10 of diamonds in the cutoff, few limps, and we make it to 25. The straddle's on. 2 of the limpers call, and we go to flop 3 ways of queen 7-5. We flop top pair. They check it to me. I see bet for 25, and only under the gun plus 2 calls. The turn's even better. It pairs the board, but we pick up a flush draw. He checks, and now I bet out 50. Rooting for a call, but unfortunately he folds, and we get another pot pushed our way. Let's keep it going. We get dealt ace 10 offsuit under the gun and open for 15. We get 2 callers and to the flop of 5-7-9 with 2 diamonds. Not the best board to see, but we still got 2 overs. I was thinking about c-betting, but the button looks pretty excited over there, so I just check it to prevent getting 3-bet. I was correct. He bets out to 26. I'm the only caller. Heads up now. The turn is a 4 diamonds. We pick up the flush draw and check it over. Now he continues for 30. Interesting sizing, given he's only got about 80 behind. I'm pretty confused. If I just call here and hit my diamond on the river, he's for sure going to fold. However, if I jam him all in now, he might fold his pair. I know I'm behind. I know he has at least a pair. Worst case scenario, he calls and we have outs to catch up. I decide to jam and he tank folds. I show my ace high. He doesn't show, but he says he mucks the pair of 7s with a lower flush draw. I believe him. Last hand of the night, We look down at pocket fours and under the gun +1. I open for 15 and only next to act calls. Heads up now, and we flop the set. I see bet for 15 and he calls. The turn is the 8 of clubs. I bet out 20 now. Let's slowly build this pot up. He calls again. The river is a 9 of diamonds, giving us a boat. I'm hoping he has a 9 for trips. I bet out 50, but he folds and we take it down. We were in for 500, out for 634, only profiting about 130. I know what you're thinking. You just watched me win all those hands, all those pots, wondering how I'm only up 130. Well, that's cause I did bluff a lot today, and those bluffs don't always get through. I didn't show them cause they weren't that interesting, but one in particular really pissed me off. I bluffed him on the river with like a $50 bet. He called. I said you're good, any pair's good. He just looked at me and motions towards the dealer he wants to see my hand. The dealer says I either have to muck or show since I'm the aggressor. I decided to just show it. I show him my 10 high on a king high board, and then he flips over 2 pair. Like, bro, if I say you're good and you got 2 pair, just flip it over. Like, where do you think you are? You think you're at the final table of the WSOP? It's not that serious. I know rules are rules, but I think it was totally out of line to do that in a pot that's less than $200 at a 1-3 table. Like, what information are you really gaining on me that's gonna help you? Don't mean to ramble on, but that really put me in a bad mood. That's it for today. I'll see you guys on the next one.